Hi guys, it's Choco here. Welcome to the cave. Today we are making a chestnut soup. 'Tis the season to be jolly after all. And what I've got here is I've got a glug of oil. I'm using rapeseed oil as always. And I've got about 20 grams of butter that I've just heated up. I've got one large carrot that I'm adding. Whoops. They always do that. And then I've got 2 celery sticks. And in with that I've got 1 onion. I forgot what it was called then. Right, and we're just going to let that sweat off for about 10 minutes. What we want is the usual for a soup, or any time we're trying to intensify the flavour. And we're going to let it sweat off for about 10 minutes until the vegetables are soft and translucent. In the meantime, I'd like you to boil a kettle. And I'd also like you to chop up 1 clove of garlic. Right, it's exactly 10 minutes later and they're looking really good now, nice and soft, nice and translucent. So now we're going to add our garlic. Got 1 clove of garlic. I've actually got 1.5 if I'm being honest. And then we're going to chuck in 2 vegetable stock cubes with our litre, with a litre of boiling water. Well, it is a litre of boiling water. I'm just going to put that in. That's very hot. And then to that we're going to add 1 teaspoon of sage. And I'm not going to worry if it goes over a little bit. Okay, so that's that bit. And now the missing ingredient, which I actually excuse me, which I actually nearly forgot. We're going to add in, if I can do it, 3 of these roasted chestnuts. Doesn't really matter what make it is. I got these from Asda. I'm sure there's probably other makes out there, other brands. So you're just going to add those in, just straight from the packet. Ugh, they look like little brains. Right, anyway. So you're just going to pour those in, add all 3 of your packets, and oh, come out. I've got them all now. And then you're going to simmer it until the vegetables are soft. So you can go off and leave it, come back in 10 minutes, and then you'll go away for another 10 minutes. So it'll be about 20 minutes in total. Okay, so I'll see you then. Right, so it's 30 minutes later. I think I had my hob on quite low actually, seriously low. And it took about 30 minutes for the vegetables to be really soft, but also these chestnuts to be squishable. You want them nice and soft. If they're not, I don't know if you can see that, but if they're not falling apart when you put them against the side of your pan, then you're not ready. And just let them sort of cook for a little bit longer. There's no harm in it taking a little bit longer. So now all we're going to do is we're going to wait for that to cool down a little bit before we blend it. Right, so this is the blended soup. As you can see, it's a really thick soup and it tastes fantastic, but I'm quickly going to tell you about how to sort of serve it. When you've blended it, obviously it's going to be cooler than it was when you started, and you're going to have to gently reheat this. Don't boil this soup, you'll wreck it. Just you want some heat in it, but you don't want it to the point of boiling, so you're just going to slowly bring it back to the right temperature. Once you've got it to the right temperature, obviously put it in your bowls, and you can serve it with like a bit of double cream on the top, or some creme fraiche swirled into it, and then you can put either another little sprig of another little leaf of parsley, you know, kind of like chopped up, or what did I say? Parsley. I meant to say sage, or you can put parsley on it. But to be honest, I've tasted this soup and it's really, really good, just like it is. So if you're watching your calories and you have actually tasted this soup before you serve it, then leave well alone, unless it's like a special occasion. You know, like it is Christmas and you want it fancy, then do the fancy way. But if it's just going to be your everyday soup, just taste it and just find out how fantastic it is, kind of like au naturel. As for salt and pepper, I really don't think it needs any. I really, really don't on this one. You've got two stock cubes in there, which will carry quite a bit of salt anyway, and as a salt lover, I really don't think it needs any, which means it's probably got a fair amount in already. What else? So that's kind of like your serving instructions. The other thing that I would say about this is quite a thick soup, as it is. Now I like soups like that, but if you've got a lot of people coming round, or if you like your soups a bit sort of thinner, then just thin it down. To be honest, just add a teeny bit of boiling water, give it a stir, and then just wait till you know, and see what kind of consistency you're getting. But other than that, just enjoy it. It's good to freeze, obviously without the cream in. Don't stick anything in the freezer with cream in. You can do all that just before you serve it. And just, it's a really, really nice flavour. It's quite difficult to describe, actually. When I first started messing around with this soup, each time I did it, I was still expecting like a peanutty flavour, and each time I was quite disappointed that I wasn't getting a peanut flavour, and that's because I don't think I'd really eaten chestnuts before. The flavour that you get, it is nutty, but it's kind of like, it's hard to describe. It's kind of like a whole nut, like it's like got a rounded flavour to it. It's very hard to describe, but it's just beautiful. It's a really, really good soup. So anyway, enjoy it. I'll probably do another recipe where there's more carrot in, and it'll make it a bit cheaper, but certainly for like a special occasion. I was trying to think how much this worked out to be, and I'm afraid I can't remember the cost of the chestnuts, but I wanted to do something kind of like festive and Christmassy. And this is, honestly, it's worth it. It really is worth it. I think your friends and family will be impressed with this one. Okay, see you later. Enjoy.